Faithfully conveying value, interpreting global great books. Hi, this is Sally's Book Talk. Today we're exploring the book, The Senses of Birds. This book was awarded Best Nature Book by The Independent in 2012, Best Bird Book by British Trust for Ornithology. We often talk about human sixth sense. Beyond sight, hearing, taste, smell, and touch, does it really exist? Which organ controls it? How does the brain perceive it? We have no clear answers. The senses of birds reveal six avian sensory systems. What's the sixth sense of birds? Can birds taste spiciness? Does loud birdsong damage their own hearing? How do birds navigate during migration? This book guides us to explore these fascinating creatures' mysteries. Author Tim Burkhead is professor of animal behavior and science history at University of Sheffield, fellow of Royal Society. In this book, he shares avian knowledge as both researcher and bird enthusiast. Sharing birdwatching experiences, he even imagines being a bird to understand avian senses. Through scientific methods and imaginative experiments, he objectively describes birds' sensory experiences. The book details six avian senses and explores bird emotions. Following the author's framework, first let's explore birds' various senses. Vision. We often praise sharp eyesight as eagle-eyed, but beyond eagles, many birds have exceptional vision. The author describes avian vision through three key aspects: acuity, light sensitivity, and color discrimination. First advantage, birds' high visual resolution. This enables them to see distant objects clearly. The author illustrates this with stories about falcons and shrikes. For Middle Eastern tycoons often carry falcons on their arms, as shown in the opening of the film, depicting falcon hunters. Falcon trapping is grueling work. Hunters endure months in wilderness outposts. Hunters use shrikes as sentinels. These small birds can spot falcons miles away and sound alarms. The story reveals both falcons' aerial acuity and shrikes' surprising visual prowess. Anatomical studies unveil the secrets of avian visual precision. These birds have dual fovea per retina, compared to humans' single fovea, like dual HD screens versus smartphone displays. The fovea, housing dense photoreceptors, determines optical resolution. Birds' dual foveae handle long-range surveillance and close-up inspection simultaneously. This dual system enables precise target tracking at varied distances. Now, moving beyond acuity, next we explore light sensitivity, the ability to discern objects in low light. Specialized ocular structures grant extreme sensitivity. Tawny owls see 100 times better than pigeons in darkness. Tawny owls' enormous eyes extend deep into skull cavities, with human-like focal lengths but larger, light-gathering pupils. Scaled to human proportions, our eyes would dominate half our faces like anime characters. Beyond brightness detection, birds excel in color differentiation, perhaps driving their vibrant plumage evolution. Let me share the author's observations of Andean cock of the rock birds. As South America's most colorful birds, Andean cocks attract birders to Ecuador during mating seasons. However, the author was disappointed by how elusive these birds proved. Despite their vibrant colors, they constantly flitted between trees, vanishing in shadows. Eventually, he witnessed an unforgettable Andean cock of the rock display. The bird resembled glowing volcanic rock amidst green foliage. Sunlight transformed it into a spotlighted performer when illuminated. Female cocks of the rock perceive even greater brilliance in males. They detect ultraviolet light invisible to humans. Human retinas contain two photoreceptors, rods and cones. Rods provide monochromatic night vision, like high-speed film. Cones enable color vision through red, yellow, and blue receptors. Birds' fourth cone type detects UV light, expanding their visual spectrum. Kestrels track voles via UV-reflective urine trails using this ability. Female birds select mates based on UV-enhanced plumage displays. Avian visual superiority stems from specialized ocular systems. This includes unique eye structures, retinal composition, and complex visual brain regions. Birds possess nature's most advanced visual systems for safe, high-speed flight. Their world contains visual dimensions beyond human perception. Where humans see blurry streaks, birds track precise flight trajectories. Second sense. Hearing. Birds lack external ears but possess acoustic marvels. Their auditory systems rival visual capabilities evolutionarily. Sophisticated hearing complements their complex vocal communications. Three avian stories will demonstrate extraordinary auditory adaptations. These include screech owls with regenerative hair cells, owls with sound localization, and eiders demonstrating the cocktail party effect. Musicians know prolonged exposure to loud sounds, even music, damages hearing. Yet birds can sing continuously during mating seasons. Screech owls produce 100 decibel calls to attract mates. After days of study, the author feared hearing loss. But how do the owls withstand this? The answer lies in their superior noise tolerance. Avian hair cells regenerate, unlike humans' irreversible damage. This explains human high-frequency hearing loss with age. Regeneration could be crucial. Scientists seek avian regeneration genes for hearing-impaired patients. More remarkably, birds use hearing for precise localization. Humans subconsciously compare interaural time differences. Small birds tilt heads to enhance directional hearing. Owls' advanced hearing enables nocturnal vole detection underground. Their facial discs and asymmetric ear openings enable precision, while silent flight prevents detection. Third example. Eiders studied during 4-year doctoral research on breeding ecology. Each summer involved cliff climbing to tag hundreds of ducklings. This was exceptionally noisy fieldwork. Parent eiders call loudly to locate offspring, while ducklings cry without guardians. Imagine the cacophony of thousands vocalizing simultaneously. Astoundingly, parents identify their young amidst this chaos. They filter out both conspecific calls and crashing waves during recognition. This ability to focus on specific sounds amidst noise is called the cocktail party effect. At crowded parties with music and chatter, we can still catch relevant conversations. When hearing personally relevant topics, our brains amplify those specific details. Our brains suppress irrelevant sounds while enhancing target auditory signals. This capability isn't unique to humans. Birds evolved similar auditory filtering. Avian vocal imitations range from screech owls' cracking calls to canaries' melodic trills and falcons' rapid-fire vocalizations. These sounds serve as warnings or mating calls, all requiring precise auditory perception. Avian hearing evolved through natural and sexual selection pressures. Birds' sophisticated auditory systems surpass human capabilities in sound discrimination. Human language development reduced our reliance on acoustic communication. This linguistic specialization limited our auditory evolution potential. Third sense, touch, exploring beak sensitivity, feather perception, and reproductive anatomy. Bird beaks function like hands, performing delicate manipulations. Human hands occupy large brain regions for fine motor control and tactile sensing. Similarly, avian brains dedicate significant areas to beak sensation despite their hard keratinized surface. 1960s research revealed microscopic touch receptors in beaks detecting pressure, movement, vibration, and pain. These receptors enable food filtration and social grooming behaviors. Sandpipers possess exceptionally sensitive, flexible beaks. Impacts feel like hitting human funny bones. Ivory-billed woodpeckers possess beaks strong enough to chisel Taxodium disticum, bald cypress, among Earth's hardest woods. The book recounts an ivory-billed woodpecker anecdote. An American ornithologist once captured an ivory-bill producing infant like whales. The distress calls attracted concerned women throughout his journey. At Wilmington Hotel, the woodpecker nearly escaped by pecking through plaster and wooden slats within an hour. It was subsequently tethered to a mahogany table. The furious bird eventually destroyed the table through relentless pecking. Like other woodpeckers, its tactile receptors concentrate in beak interiors and tongues, thus feeling minimal impact during pecking. Avian plumage comprises down feathers and contour feathers. 1950s German researcher Kuno von Pfeiffer discovered vibration transmitting tactile receptors in feathers. Species like nightingales, peregrines, and wheat tears demonstrate this. Specialized rictail bristles, stiff facial feathers with neural rich bases, enhance spatial awareness.